In this video, I will explain you why 90% of sales pitches fail and what to do instead. So the biggest mistake most of the sellers make, they pitch too early to people who are not actually ready. So what they are doing, they are focusing on the features and prices too soon instead of focusing on the first stages where people actually don't know about the product as well. They assume everyone is already solution or product aware. So instead of going and pitching the price, it makes really sense to dive in here. As you can see, going to each stage, in each stage, it's broken down that what you actually need to do to be able to bring your clients, your prospects to the purchase aware stage. So most of the market is unaware or product unaware. As you can see, only 10% and less than 10% are usually purchase aware. So this means this is why messaging falls that flat and the conversion stays low. Most of the entrepreneurs or sellers, they are focused on they think that everyone is purchase aware and try to sell the product instead of focusing on different stages, and in each stage you need to do different actions to be able to drive all your prospects down to the purchase aware stage where they buy your product. So what actually you need to do is start where your audience is, not where you are. It means if your audience is not even in unaware stage, they don't know anything, you need to act accordingly. So it means moving buyers through all 5 stages of awareness and speak to the right belief at each level. So in the first level, for example, in unaware level, let's say you need to talk more about their pain points, dream outcomes, and etc. But if they are already solution aware, you need to talk about the framework, strategy, and etc. So move buyers through all 5 stages of awareness, speak to the right belief level at each stage. Adjust content messaging and pitch accordingly. This is very important because at each stage you need to have a different language. Don't sell the product, sell the journey first. So that's very correct. It doesn't matter which stage the prospect is, you always need to sell the journey because the journey is actually the outcome that they want to achieve. Okay, so the stage 1 is unaware, where you need to start. Audience doesn't know where they have a problem yet. They don't know if the problem exists at all for this kind of people. They are not looking for your solution, they don't look for any solution, and they don't think that they have any problem. Okay, your job is to build awareness and relevance to explain them why they should care about this topic. Key levers are ideal client, define who they are and in detail, because if you don't know what is your ideal client profile and what they're thinking at each stage, you can't know that, right? So pain point is show the invisible cost of inaction. Show them if they don't take the action today, what's going to happen tomorrow or in the future. Dream outcome is highlight what they really want. Yeah. So you need to be clear on that, because if you're not clear, if you just say, okay, just improve your conversion rate, just increase your revenue, this is not enough, because people want a specific outcome, and depends on what you're selling, you need to be very specific by adding the facts or numbers and etc. Okay, positioning, connect your expertise to the world. It means, so connect your expertise through content or other channels, show them. Messaging speaks their languages, not features, because if we start speaking about the features, how this and this features you are getting, it makes no sense, because the features are not actually getting you outcome. It's more like the actions and the process is getting you the outcome. So the features are not, doesn't matter a lot. Okay, stage 2 is problem aware, where audience knows something wrong but can't name it clearly. They have a mistake but they don't know what problem they have. Okay, they have a problem, yeah, clearly, but they don't know what it is, okay, and why it's happening. They are researching pain, not the solution yet. They try to understand why this pain is happening at all. Is this pain existing at all? So you need to make the problem real and urgent. You need to show the problem, you need to explain the problem and why this problem happens and why is it urgent, why they need to take the action today. Key levers, okay? Offer, speak to the real value, not the futures. And value gap, show where they are, where they could be. Yeah. So if you show them, okay, you are making 100K, for example, but you could make 1 million This is clearly showing where they could be if they would implement this and this strategy. So the same thing, if you are selling a different product, the same thing you can apply actually here as well. Analogies. Simplify complex problems with relatable metaphors. Okay? If there is something really hard and your clients and prospects, they don't understand what you're meaning, try to give some examples and explain them in a very simple language that they can understand faster. Okay, so buyer intent: identify and nurture interest before the pitch. Yeah, before actually telling them about the solution, you need to know and understand which stage your client is to be able to give the right solution for them. User cases: tell stories they can see themselves. So if they don't see any stories and you're just talking and not actually showing them and giving them some examples, they will probably not believe you very strongly. Okay, cool. Next stage is solution aware. Now they know solution exists, but not yours specifically. Okay, they know that there is a solution there in the market. At this stage specifically, what happens is people, they start to compare and they start to look for different solutions to know what solution is actually the best for them. This is where you introduce your framework, not your product. It means they want to know what you're doing differently from other people. So if you have a specific framework, if you have a very unique framework, this makes you different and it gives them more feeling of how you can actually help them to solve their problem. Okay, key levers plan. Show them the roadmap or strategy. You need to show them what's gonna happen as a first step, second, third, and etc. until they reach the desired outcome. Frameworks: position your unique method or system. So framework is basically the same, the roadmap or framework, like it's showing what they are going to do and what journey they are going to go through to be able to reach desired outcome. Strategy: explain your approach to solving their problem. Same here. Method: build trust in how, not just the what. Okay, how you're going to do it at this stage is really important to highlight. Okay, the next stage, most sellers, by the way, most sellers start here, but without context, it's too early. Okay, most sellers, they think people, they already know about the problem, they already have a background about the solution and everything, and they start to actually explain them solution. Okay, so this is a mistake, so try to avoid that. You can see here, most sellers start here, solution aware stage, and instead of starting from unaware stage. Okay, so the next stage is actually product aware. Okay, they now understand your solution but need the proof. Okay, they know your solution existing, it's good solution, but they need a proof, they need a testimonial. Let's say they need examples of your client. This is where you handle objection and build the trust. Testimonials, objections, pricing: present value, not the price. So what's going to be the value that they are getting, not just the price. Okay, the next one is mass closing: ROI, time saved, money gained. So you need to show them, okay, you pay so much and you get the value. So it's what usually happens is people always look, okay, how much I'm going to pay and how much value I'm going to receive. If your value is exceeding the time and money that they invest, they will decide for you. Okay, so that's very, very important. As you can see here, at each stage you need to present different solutions, and this is really, really important. Okay, you can see here, unaware stage, you need to talk about the pain points, you need to do positioning, messaging. At problem aware stage, you need to talk about the offer, you need to give some analogies, and etc. And going down to here, you see everything is included. Okay, stage number 5, purchase aware. This is really very interesting because they are almost ready to buy and you remove the friction and create the urgency. So this is easiest sell. You probably saw it's like low hanging fruit, absolutely, because you probably also had this experience when people come to you and they know everything, they know the problem, they know the solution and everything, they just want to buy, and you just need to create them, easy way to move step forward. Okay, this is where you close the deal and the payment plan make the investment feel safe and doable. Then final offer, recap everything they get in one place, you give the guarantee or you create the urgency. Okay, so what actually happens, most of the sellers or entrepreneurs, they think everyone is at purchase aware stage, right? So if we target only that small portion of the market and we try to pitch, if someone reaches out to you on LinkedIn and tries to pitch you immediately their solution, your reaction is usually no, I don't want, because maybe you don't know about the problem and solution and etc. So what you need to do is actually build a trust and also educate your buyer to go through all these stages, show them, okay, you don't know, there is a problem, okay, the problem is this, and actually solution is for this is this, and then the product is itself is this, and then bringing them to actually the final stage. Okay, so what you do is here also what happens if you skip these steps. Yeah, let's say if you don't do all these steps, so leads feel confused or overwhelmed because they feel like, oh, okay, I don't even need this, but they actually do. Yeah, so your job is only just to show them that, okay, they need it, and that's basically it. And this is through explanation, educating them, etc. Conversion drops even with the great offers. You have amazing offer, but people are not even problem aware yet, but you're talking about the solution, which is not really great. Yeah, you attract the price shoppers, not serious buyers, people who are just saying, you just tell me the price. So this is that case actually. So maybe they don't actually have a need as well, and not the perfect buyers for you. Okay, pipeline becomes inconsistent and hard to forecast. If you target only like imagine like smallest portion of the market, and you don't do anything else, you just target for people who are ready to buy right now, it's really hard because they are not a lot, right? But imagine if you target the market itself with solution aware, product aware, you're looking for people in different stages and you speak them different language to bring them to the solution, then in that case your conversion will be way higher in the long term. Okay, pipeline becomes inconsistent and hard to forecast. You lose trust by pitching too early. This is very important. You didn't build any connection with these people, but you're already pitching. So what actually helps is, for example, you do webinars or you create YouTube videos and etc., which actually brings them from those stages, from upper stages to the down stages. Okay, what TopSell do instead, they start by educating on a very problem and do the same things, like they just educate they show them all the problems as an expert, warm them up through clear steps and messaging. When you specifically build the trust, it's really important. Match communication style to each level of awareness. Yeah, so each level you need to speak different language. It means if someone is unaware, you need to speak completely simple language and the language that matches that level. If someone is product aware, you don't need to speak like the beginner level at that stage, because that person is already consumed a lot of information. They are far beyond, far ahead of those people who don't know anything about it. That's why it needs to really match. Okay, introduce the offer only after belief is built. Yeah, if you feel that the trust is there, belief is there, then only then try to pitch your solution. Okay, focus on clarity, not persuasion. Don't try to persuade people, but instead just give them clarity and show them and explain them. Be like a consultant. Build a system that works across full buyer journey. Okay, so this is the entire journey, and you can see for each stage, actually, this is different strategy that you need to use. Hope it was helpful. Subscribe to the channel if you found it very useful for the next future sales videos.